He's still genuine, he's real, and he doesn't let all the attention and fame and money and all that, he doesn't let it like affect him or change who he is as a person.
What he's doing is legacy building stuff because someone will remember that.
He understands that he has so many that's looking up to him.
Same guys he is on TV.
Isaiah, one word, very loving.
Hardworking, genuine.
It's Isaiah Stewart. Welcome to Rochester, and we're going under the hood.
You got that bread, man.
I got to pay for parking.
Oh, no. Thank you.
How's it going?
I mean, coming from the city of Rochester, it's a tough place to make it out of. I mean, at one point, as an African-American male, it was a 9% graduation rate. That means you had a 91% chance of failure.
I'll be honest with you, some people won't understand this until they come here and actually see the environment that he was raised in. It's a less than 1% chance of making it out of this place. Like, that's true numbers, no exaggeration.
Those are odds under normal circumstances. You probably call in the National Guard. That's what we faced here for a long time.
It's what we had, it's what we were around growing up, and that's what we grew up around, and it's more in the inner city, so it's what we had. We put that to you.
Yeah, I think there's some similarities with Rochester and Detroit, and I think that's why Isaiah feels at home in Detroit. It's a blue-collar town. It's a town that loves basketball. You know, it's also a town in the inner city that, you know, we're struggling a little bit at times, you know, and we got to do a better job of that.
So anytime somebody from here makes it through that, he automatically gets the whole community behind him.
For him to come from Rochester to go to a whole different city, that's tough.
So this is the house I grew up pretty much, you know, my whole, I want to say teenage years. So it's a street I grew up on. I lived there with my dad, my older brother, Martin. I used to go next door at the neighbor's house. We hoop. This street, these signs, like, you know, I got them tatted on me because it means something to me. So great feeling, because, you know, that's where I grew up at. And for me, this is where it all started.
On Katy Street, the section where we live at, everyone looked out for each other.
We would go home, we would live in the city, you know, shootings and a bunch of, just a whole different type of environment.
It's Katy Street, Rochester, New York.
This is my room. I'll just say right here. Before I was at Detroit, I always wore number 33. Got 33, a little doodling on like, but I asked my dad to build me like a little sneaker shelf. I was in the shoes, so I had a lot of shoes, so he built me this sneaker shelf. I got GGM, this tatted on me. It means God got me. So, you know, I'm a big believer in God, so, you know, I was about 12 years old when I wrote this. I'm surprised it's still here. Nobody painted over it. Very small room. He built a homemade closet, but this was my room, and it feels small now, but back then it felt really big. Bringing back memories. I could just vision myself walking up and down these stairs every day. So growing up, you see the ceiling was almost, I always had to duck my head, well, at least when I wore my hair high, but always had to duck my head, but yeah, this is a small house I grew up in, man. Katy Street, 109. Remember the driveway picnic?
Yo, we look at Katy. Freedom boys, freedom boys.
Freedom boys, you heard?
Madison, or we gonna go?
Nah, we gotta head over to 33 school now.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we're gonna head over to 33 school now, Drew.
God. Oh.
Hello with you, man.
How's it going?
I'm good, man. How you?
Good,
How you
good,
doing?
good. We gotta think of something to do for that Boys and Girls Club too.
Okay, we will.
Yep.
We will.
Sophomore year, I hurt my hamstring. I was out for 3 months. Played in this gym, my first game back in high school. 40 ball. I had a crazy play too. I dunked it. He's on the sideline, slapped him up like crazy. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. Let me take a picture of that. Y'all keep it right there. You want to get a 16 for the camera, or you scared?
Oh,
Scared. He's the most popular rapper here in Rochester. Pretty young, only 18, but he's good at music.
That's what I gotta mention. My brother really gonna serve them J's and junkies. Oh, you ain't know he a dealer, huh?
Rosemary! You know that. That boy, yeah, gifted.
You know that.
That's gangsta.
Fire.
Yeah.
It's not so much where you come from, but the people that are there to be able to support you. And I think Isaiah is a prime example of that.
Like growing up, we stayed at the house. Like if we wasn't in the gym, then we were pretty much at his dad's house, like playing the game or just trying to do something to just stay out the way.
Yeah, come do it. Yeah.
To rise to this level of success, he would not have been able to do that without the love and support of his parents, the school community, the prep school he went to. All of that, I think, allowed him to be where he is today.
Very supportive family, try not to miss any events at all.
Isaiah Stewart from the University of Washington.
I mean, his dad is like a crucial component to his success.
He had a wonderful father that really supported him, and so never had any issues with Isaiah.
To me, growing up on Katy, while I was in the moment, it felt like I had it all. It felt like I wasn't in need of anything. My dad worked hard to try his best to keep a roof and food on the table. My Dukes work hard.
I'm a hard-working man in Jamaica, so I make Isaiah try to work hard for what he wants.
You're just happy to have a roof over your head, go outside, you play with the neighbors next door.
I don't care if you're big, you have your family. I want to know where you at, man. What you're doing out there.
My dad, he didn't understand how basketball can, really change my life. And that's when Kevin came in and, explained to him how I can get a free education through basketball. That's what made my dad so invested. My dad trusted Kevin to go everywhere with me, and that's how that relationship pretty much started.
I trust Kevin because Kevin was there, when it started with Mr. Art, AAU.
We met basically through AAU. I've coached him from probably at age 12 all the way up until 16, 17. And ever since then, we just formed a really strong bond.
He cares for me, he cares about me, he cares for my family. And he's shown me his loyalty throughout the years, and I put my trust in him.
More stuff from the Pistons, water bottles, flags, much stuff.
All right.
So we're gonna break that down. Right there, it's fine, we just gonna stack it right there.
I can always feel when I know someone is genuine, a very helpful person, and a person that cares about me, and not what comes with me.
The title I hold most dear is father, and so anytime I'm around any kid, I have to treat them as I'll treat my own kids. I'm only going to give the advice that I give to my own kid.
Kev, Naya, and Maddox, appreciate y'all for sharing Coach Shaq with me. I know I've been taking away y'all pops a long time, for a lot of years. Appreciate you guys, love y'all. Throughout the way, I picked up, a lot of great relationships down the road, and you know, I'm thankful to have those relationships.
He really cares about the people around him, and that's rare today. A lot of times these kids, it's me, 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 and he's generally always concerned about who's with him than himself.
No, I kind of call these trophies. Yeah, so during the end of my rookie year, my brother passed away, and you know, so a pendant I have is Will. His name was William. So nickname, we called him Will, and you know, I always like to wear this one just because I just feel like he's with me. You know, all these things mean something to me. You know, I don't just have them just to have them, and I also like jewelry, so.
Where we come from, we don't have a lot of stuff to look up to.
There's not a lot of options.
We don't make it at all.
So
and he could easily made it and just forgot about the city, like whatever. But every time he got free time, he always here. His barber, everybody's still from his hometown.
Yeah,
he could knew everything.
Oh, love. Like he cares about everybody around him. He goes out of his way to make sure everybody around him is having a good time.
Something smooth, you know. I'm creating the vibe, you know what I mean? I'm creating the vibe. Creating the vibe.
Picture room, where we have all the family picture, you know. This is when he was going to McQuaid, you know, with Dr. Maloney and the Dr. Maloney family, Isaiah, me, and Martin, right there. When you go to USA, that's all in trophy and stuff like that, where he win back. This big toe, see? That's one of them big trophy you get. You know, Bron James, all of them big star win that stuff, you know? It's not everybody come out of high school get this. This is a city school district. Here go the key, but the game for the city. You grow up nice and good, you know, no trouble or nothing.
Champion, drink up your woman, wrap up your mom. We in the hood right now, like, you know what I mean? So growing up, these like the spots. We came to the cop clothes. This was like, you know, I grew up going to grab my outfit. So what's good with you? You good? Wear this for more ink. The white one get dirty. You get a black, you can wear them more.
It's the one.
Dog, man.
It's a legend right here.
Usually I work out at 8. So when I work out at 8, they come in at the end, but I'm working out at 10 today. So hopefully they finish up.
Gotta reach the goal, going harder than before. Steady pushing forward, moving through the traffic. Took some time, got the work and the proof to back it. They wonder how I did it, tell them I be about that action. And if you ain't about it, baby, you can get to packing. Always wanna hang around the crew, let's get it cracking. Making something out of nothing, easy, ain't no slacking, no distractions. I came to get it, let's make it happen. We in it to win, and we don't accept defeat. Ain't no stopping me. Television go for gold, nothing in between.
What you see is what you get, you know, like I think the Detroit fans have loved like the blue collar mentality that he has. That's who he is as a person. He doesn't try to be somebody else, and that's one thing I really love about him.
He doesn't give up, he just keeps on going. He doesn't give up, he just keeps going until he gets there and beyond that. The drive.
He's just an extremely determined and competitive kid, and the worst thing you can do is just say what he's not capable of.
Anybody that walks in the gym and sees us work out is always very impressed by the amount of like effort that he's putting forth, and it's every rep. And I don't have to motivate him usually. I mean, it's self-motivation. So I got to make sure that I'm at a level that meets him, so we get this amazing workout. You know, I mean, that's the goal every day.
Well, switching now to local community news. Detroit Pistons star Isaiah Stewart returned to his hometown of Rochester today to hold his second basketball summer clinic for youth and high school players.
Man, it looked pretty packed, pretty early.
It's free because we don't want who can afford it. We want to make sure as many people as possible can attend, and money's not going to be an issue.
Just chilling, hanging out.
Yeah, I'm hanging out with my friends.
With your friends? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see you.
All right.
Are you gonna play basketball?
Yeah, I'm gonna play a little bit today.
Yeah.
What's up? I remember you. Yeah.
Looking back how the time fly. Now I check my wrist and I see it.
Get that rebound, baby. Get that rebound. There we go.
There we go. But now I can beat the disguise. The snakes in the grass when it's growing too high. I rap what I live in, you rapping what sells. I look at myself, but why would I lie? Been in the gym and I'm shooting with shooters. Run up to your spot and we kicking indoors.
Come to my camp. They don't got my dirt. No, for that, give me 5 more jumps.
6 dots on your head like you grilling now. Don't know if it's clothes or money that make myself seem way more appealing now. I'm going up, I can feel it now. You see the shorties I'm running now, yeah.
Hey.
I think everyone in Rochester is proud of him and looks up to him, and they're just having the best time playing one-on-one with him. And I think he sees that and sees the impact he has on these kids, and it's a day they'll remember for a long time.
He doesn't just put on a camp. He's not just going to write a check and say, hey, let's make this work. He's going to run a station. He's going to hop in and out of every station. He works every second just like they do. And he makes it fun for them and the people that's working with him.
Baby, cool. You gotta get some potatoes up in there. Shit, there's how much? Oh, yeah. If you guys have a dream, you know, believe that you can achieve that dream. I look at you guys as, you know, little sisters and brothers, man. So we're a family on 3. Family on 3, man. 1, 2, 3. Family! There we go.
It's very rewarding to see someone who have faced so many challenges, but was able to overcome those challenges.
You know, a 12-year-old kid's gonna remember Isaiah Stewart, who played for the Detroit Pistons. He came and put on a camp, and I was there.
They get to be an NBA player. That's big.
He's very proud of being from Rochester, and he wants to make sure that there's a lot more people coming behind him than it was in front of him on the way to his road to the NBA.
You know, it just feels great to show these kids that I grew up in the same environment as them, and, you know, I made it out, and, you know, they can be just as successful. You guys can do the same thing. You know, as long as you guys continue to work hard, stay on the right path. You know, I care a lot about Rochester. I care a lot about, you know, the youth here in Rochester. And as long as I'm alive and breathing, I'm gonna forever give back to the city.